Hey, how's it going, everyone? Back again at Scorch Earth Incorporated. As some of you have known, given the date of this live stream, I've been going through a few name changes with this channel. It went from Scorched Earth Incorporated to Scorch All Incorporated. Now it's just simply Scorch Earth Incorporated. And I had to change it from Scorched Earth to finally scorch earth, if you will. So yeah, from scorched earth to scorch earth, because apparently there's somebody out there within this YouTube realm that also has a YouTube channel called Scorched Earth Incorporated. So to stand out, here I am. Here we are. Scorch Earth Incorporated instead. I see Unique has showed up tonight over here. Good to see you. And of course, you see with the title of this live stream, Real Gentlemen Don't Fit In. This is the first live stream where I use my face as an avatar. And of course, I've shown my face before here at this channel for live streams, things of that sorts. But yeah, figured tonight is more of a formal night, so I formally appear. So yes, without any further ado, we'll try to keep this live stream short, sweet, and to the point, to make it a point about what being a gentleman is. And of course, at this channel, when I speak on gentlemen, I speak as a black knight, not as a white knight. So that's what we're going to talk about, because to me, the black knight is the quintessential gentleman of these times and times to come, and as well as back in the day, right? Unique likes the new name of the channel, Scorch Earth Incorporated. Yeah, it still goes with the original theme of this channel. I'm glad you think it still sounds good. Yeah, I think so too. Like, just flows better, right? All right. So yeah, without any further ado, I like to talk about the thumbnail a lot of times. So you saw in the thumbnail, uh, that was Denzel Washington. I forget what movie that was, but he was walking around in the flames. So of course, at this channel, the theme is every thumbnail, especially for live streams, it's going to have some type of flame, scorch earth. So it has to have some type of flame, people. That's just going to be the theme of this channel that makes this channel unique, like Unique's namesake. But yes, unique from other YouTube channels. It's got to be about those flames. Stay out the flames. Don't get caught up in the game of this Babylon that we live in, right? So you gotta know how to move out here. So with that said, gentlemen don't fit in. You know, like I say, you saw Denzel Washington. I used him as an avatar for this particular live stream, and of course, yeah, definitely love watching Denzel Washington. A lot of his movies. I like a lot of his movies. So yeah, as we speak, I'm gonna be trying to actually look up that movie so that can kind of give me a better idea of what was going on in that movie, right? What was going on in that movie as it pertains to this live stream. So, how is it that real gentlemen don't fit in? See, I talk about it not from the general standpoint of gentlemen not fitting in. We're going to talk about it from the standpoint of Babylon and scorch earth, scorch all, right? Well, basically, in these times, he's not what they would consider, you know, as once again with Unique's namesake, he's not conventional, and so he just can't go about courting in a way. that most people are able to court in this society or date or have relationships, let alone procreate, because his whole mindset, his whole psychosis is different. And so a lot of people that get around him, they see that. They even question the gal that's interested in him. They're like, you sure you want to be with a guy like that? He's kind of off his rockers. No, he just rocks differently. He rocks differently. I move different. I rock different. We different, right? So, but they're not used to that. So they kind of question, yo, you think this guy for you? They probably even think he's more like a bad boy because he's just different. But ain't that what a lot of the modern feminine want? They want that toxic guy. But here's the catch. The gentleman is not a toxic kind of a guy. He's a detox, right? Well, people consider detox as toxic in this day and age. You know, that's the crazy part. So he has to live with this notion that he'll always get this stigmatism from people for that reason. It's like to be a gentleman, he's going to deal with some backlash, right? Unfortunately, he's going to deal with some backlash. But that movie that I was looking up, if y'all look it up, it's a Denzel Washington movie that he made. It's called Man on Fire. That's where my inspiration for this particular thumbnail of this live stream came from, was that movie, literally called Man on Fire. So that definitely ties in with Scorch Earth and Black Knight, because Denzel Washington in that movie, and yes, I did see that movie. I'm not going to give too much away, but he had to deal with a lot of cartels while wearing a two-piece suit. Okay. And it seems like in this world, guys that are a certain way with a two-piece suit, maybe a three-piece suit, you might not necessarily be having to deal with a lot of different cartels like trying to come after you, but you have to definitely be a martyr in this modern day society for many different reasons. And even you speaking online, going against a lot of the popular opinion or not being part of it, you don't fit in. That's martyrdom in itself, whether you end up blackballed or blacklisted as time goes on. But a certain gentleman was already prepared for it. He's made for it. He's unfazed by it. He will speak eloquently, confidently in these times. So even amongst those that question him being around a certain feminine, a prospective woman, her family might question him, might cause her to question him too. Like, I don't think I should be talking to you. He's just going to stand firm in this idea that, hey, you like me. Why you fighting that? So you want to be more misled instead of just going with what you know is good for you. If you just, continue to roll with me. But hey, it's okay. It's all right. You know, that's how you feel. I'm not going to fight it myself. I'm not going to fight it myself. You're fighting with me, but I'm not going to fight with you. How about that? You said unique. He rocks differently, but if they get to really know him, he rocks steady. Yep, that part. That part. Yep, Black Knight, that is, Black Knight. And so you think about it. Huh. The White Knight, it's just a bag of rocks. Tell that kind of guy to kick rocks, right? But a lot of gals will rock with that kind of a guy because he's more conventional, familiar. They know about his ways, his behavior is not questionable. Yeah. So real gentlemen don't fit in these times. He's not going to be a lot of people's vigilante. He's not. If they haven't been valid with him, he's not going to be nobody's vigilante, because he sees a lot of people have upped the ante, upped a lot of different antics, semantics too. Like he see this about a lot of people not meaning what they say or saying what they mean, or only speaking in half truths, not whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help them know God. Like a lot of that's going on. He's seeing that a lot of people are not amongst the divine or part of the divine or none of that. He sees that most people they are a certain way, and he just don't fit in with that. He doesn't fit in with popular narratives. He doesn't fit in with a lot of backsliding church people who are hypocrites. He don't fit in with a lot of what's going on in these neighborhoods, and a lot what's going on in politics. He don't fit in. He stays away from the melting infernos of Babylon at all costs to the best of his ability. He lives out this life. A lot of times a real gentleman lives out his life just like Keanu Reeves. Shout out to Keanu Reeves. But amongst a lot of the scorch earth, he sees all that is scorched around him. He's not going to be looking like the knight in shining armor. He's not going to be driving around. Yes, he's not going to be driving around a knight in a shiny Lamborghini. Make that Lamborghini a little dull, if you ask me. But yeah, he's not going to be the knight riding around looking all shiny with those shiny rims and wheels to get all the gals to squeal, right? The truth shall be revealed with this kind of guy. Like, he's just not into that other type of life that a lot of people expect a guy like him to live, or just a man to live. He doesn't live like that. There's no hypergamy with this guy. A real gentleman don't fit in because he wants her to be a lady. A gentleman loves a lady, ladies and gentlemen. So he's not going to get with a gal that's shady. He's not going to get with a gal that's trying to drive him crazy. You know, he's not going to do that. Yep, that's it. That's it. Yep, the bag of rocks, the white knights. That's what they are. Oh yeah. Huh. Can't even use those rocks in a slingshot to take down Goliath if you're David. To see, hey, that's what the Black Knight does, the real gentleman. He's had to take down many different Goliaths. He's had to do that with those rocks. Most people just got to kick rocks. He picks up the rocks. Yep. In some ways, he had to pick up the rock, pick up where the previous generation of gentlemen left off, where it was his father, grandfather, or just somebody he looked up to, a good celebrity example type of guy. Hey, I'm not going to lie. I respect Keanu Reeves. I can relate to how he's had to live his life. I relate to a lot of his upbringing. I definitely can see a lot of parallels with myself and Keanu Reeves. And I believe a lot of gentlemen can relate to a certain guy that's had it hard, but look at how easy his life is. No, he just made it look easy. You don't know how hard it is for him or how hard it's been for him. When you see a duck in a lake, you think it's just moving so smooth. Look under the surface, you'll see that it's pedaling its webbed feet like crazy just to keep moving in the water that's smooth. You think on the surface the duck is moving smooth. No, under that water, he's moving his webbed feet like crazy. You thinking that bus driver is smooth the way the bus driver drives that bus in the city. But you see how hard he or she has to work their arms on that steering wheel. And you should also see how hard her legs have to work on the accelerator and the brake pedal, all at the same time, all while still having to open up those entry doors every time they get to a bus stop, multitasking. A lot of things like this that a real gentleman knows about. He knows that a lot of people won't appreciate what he had to go through. Only a few people will. Only a few people will really appreciate him. He doesn't expect a lot of people to get it, to understand, or even has the desire to get with people as a result, whether for intimacy or not, right? Um, he wants people that are just trying to really enjoy just him being there. People give people's flowers. Why wait until they're having a tombstone above them? Why not while their heart is beating right in front of you right now? Give them roses right now. Time is of the essence. The person is still alive. Come on now. Got to give people the roses right now in this life, right? So, but the real gentleman doesn't fit in because he doesn't get a lot of roses. People don't do that. You know, You know, like that crazy little song. I didn't even know it was a crazy song. You know, ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, they all fall down. See, you can't get roses from people. People will have these roses be poisonous, pocket full of posies, right? Ashes, ashes, they all fall down. See, real gentlemen don't actually try to receive a lot from this world that he doesn't fit in with. It could be like having a tainted and contaminated box of trick or treat candy for Halloween. No, I don't want that. Y'all got something a little spicy with that, like y'all spiking a drink here or whatever, trying to pass it off to me like you like me. You want to give me basically a backhanded comment. You want to be a backstabber, like you're cool with me, but you are jealous of what I could become. Like, real gentlemen don't fit in. They just don't. A lot of people, a lot of guys, we're just sticking with the guys. A lot of guys aren't gentlemen. They don't have the heart to be a gentleman. They think, oh, why he's getting women and I'm not getting women. Well, you're not a gentleman. It's that simple. Y'all think that it's being a simp to be a gentleman. No, it's not a simp to be a gentleman. He's a gentle man. Okay. So that's what the black knight represents versus the white knight, the simp type, right? Because those type of guys ain't trying to be gentlemen. They're just thirsty men. Okay. Very thirsty men, right? You said unique. Black knight is deep depth level and white knight is simply surface level. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that's why the real gentleman don't fit in because he's deep. He's on a different level. He can't fit in these other surface level environments. So just can't be a part of these things. And he'll know he doesn't even want to drive a car that everybody else drives. It's not to say his car is what? Shiny. No, he just doesn't want to be like the average folk in the Matrix. Just everybody gets them a Kia. Nothing against Kia. They've been making great cars lately. But I'm just saying, like, what's the average economy car? No, the gentleman don't want that. You're gonna recognize he's a gentleman, but he's not trying to be flashy about it. He's just doing this because he just don't want to fit in with the normal society in the way that they act and behave. See, ironically, when Keanu Reeves was on that subway and he got up to let the gal have a seat there, he didn't do that to stand out. That's not why he did that. And so that everybody knew, oh, that's Keanu Reeves. No, he did that because everybody else on the subway wouldn't let that person have a seat because most people are selfish. They're not going to let you have a seat there in that subway. That's why Keanu Reeves got up and let that person have a seat. Keep that in mind. You said unique also. You said white knight might not be able to save the feminine at the beginning, but the black knight will be able to save the feminine at the end. But most feminine want it right now and can't wait until later. No, they can't. And see, yeah, I've never had an issue with a man saving a woman. It's just that she has to be salvageable. That's the only catch, right? Just being salvageable. Don't rule her out and say you just won't save her. No, if she's salvageable, she's worth saving. Nothing wrong with that. You said also unique. So is the white knight a false sense of a gentleman? And since the black knight, since you said it's the white knight, the false sense of a gentleman, since the black knight is the true sense of a gentleman, yes, bingo. Pretty much hit the nail on the head, right? So that's it. Like, but overall, yeah, real gentlemen don't fit in because everybody has this wrong notion of what a gentleman is. The real gentleman shows up and nobody wants to talk now, right? Everybody claiming they a fighter until a real boxer shows up, right? So that's what I mean by this whole gentleman thing. And he'll look at what a lot of these people say and laugh and be like, oh, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Like, people think the gentleman is just based on just having a certain fashion. No, it's not about fashion. It's about style, right? And the clothes just represent that man's style. Fashion don't represent. Yeah, fashion don't really have a representation. It's just a trend, right? So, it's all about the man within, and then it comes out in the way he wears his clothes. See, that's what a real black knight understands. Okay, yeah. You said also, unique. Oh yeah, yeah, yep, definitely salvageable. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand that. Some guys miss out because they don't understand this notion that some women are salvageable. But it's how you do these things. That's what's catch. That's what's key. Knowing how you salvage her, right? Seeing if she's worth saving. So there's so much we can say about this real gentlemen don't fit in. Even in times of distress. I'm not gonna lie. There was a time when I had to help a guy not too long ago that fell out of his wheelchair, right? And so thankfully he needed my assistance and got him back on the road again. So that's the beautiful part. But there might be a sense where something dire could have happened with the person. Let's say the Black Knight, aka gentleman, knew how to revive that person, but they didn't want his insight. He was too direct about it. They still didn't know what they were doing. It's crazy. It could be a dire situation. Someone could be about to pass away. A certain gentleman shows up knowing what needs to be done. Everybody else not giving him the shot to revive the person. Now the person's dead. So, hey, he didn't give the guy a chance to revive this person. Right? It's stuff is deep about the real gentleman not fitting in. Basically, people not taking his advice about a lot of things in this world that's going on, even right now as we speak. So that's why a lot of gentlemen develop what gentlemen's clubs. And no, we're not talking about just, or we're not talking about sexual things in regards to a gentleman club. But we're just talking about a place for real gentlemen to hang out, a fort, of great fortitude. What these armies have forts, we see them all over the country. Yes, we see army forts, military forts all over the country, whether Army, Marine, Navy SEAL, Special Forces, you name it. How come gentlemen can't have their forts of fortitude? Excuse me. Yeah, how come gentlemen can't have their force of fortitude? You know, just makes you wonder. Just makes you wonder. But that's what's actually going on in some pockets of the world, though. Certain guys realize, hey, we do need to have a place, quiet dwelling place. Might be several that exists out there where a real gentleman can go and express himself and be himself in this world. Being himself in ways that he can't be in this world. Like, you know, this is deep. He said also unique. Black Knight is about energy, frequency, and vibration, while White Knight is about money, social status, and women. Yep. Yeah. In a nutshell. In a nutshell. Yeah. But there's so much we could talk about with this about real gentlemen don't fit in. Probably have to do like maybe a part two of this live stream. Who knows? But yes, you see me as the other Ray J. I've used this name a few times on YouTube, but I figured, hey, kind of separate of that here at Scorch Earth. And I could kind of bring this name back a little bit, but also because my co-host still acknowledges me as the other Ray J. Yeah, so my co-host, shout out to Venom. So yeah, um, that's who I am tonight. More of the gentleman type tonight. Just really talking about why real gentlemen don't fit in. He has his own morals, principles in these times that a lot of people don't want to accept. He kept a lot of the ancient thoughts and memories and maybe some writings, like who knows? Like a real gentleman probably studies ancient languages, knows several languages, like not fitting in with a lot of us who speak still in the sensitized and assimilated language. That's not part of our cultural, yeah, that's not part of our cultural linguistics, if you will. Like, um, I think even Batman, if I'm not mistaken, in the comic book, he knew like 6 or 7 languages. So I'm like, yeah, real gentlemen don't fit in, but at the same time, he can fit in due to his languages. Like, but I'd say in these times here in the States, to see a guy that quote unquote is American that can speak several languages, that would be weird. We're used to seeing people come to the States to learn of English and they also know their quote native tongue too and things like that. Like, but yeah, it'd be odd because I've seen this. There's been content creators off of YouTube who he don't fit in with everybody else because he can speak Mandarin Chinese and stuff like that, and Cantonese Chinese. Those are two different types of Chinese language. The Mandarin and the Cantonese. There's even Szechuan, yes, like Szechuan chicken. There's a Chinese language for that too. But this guy could speak it fluently. He would go into the Chinese restaurants. Most people would be like, that certain type of ethnic guy is not supposed to know Chinese, but they go in there, they serve him well because he knew Chinese. And I think that's the essence of a real gentleman not fitting in, because you might be fluent in ways other people are not fluent. And that'll get you where you got to go. Whereas they're waiting back there in the cut, jealous of you just being able to know several languages. Like, this is deep. But I think I'm going to stop here. Like I said, I didn't want to keep this live stream too long. There's so much I could have went off and talked about with this particular live stream topic. Now, I guess given the time and date of this live stream, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's been a good one talking to y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoy this on the replay. And yeah, definitely gonna have more of these gentlemen / Black Knight talks. It's very important in these times. See y'all on the next one. Stay out the flames. Don't get caught up in the game. Move through the flames, right? This ain't no chessboard. This ain't no checkers. We don't play games. We just move across the chessboard or push the table over. Yes, push the table over. I appreciate that, Unique. Yeah. Make sure everyone tells somebody about this channel, Scorch Earth Incorporated. Definitely more topics that are beyond what they're talking about out there right now, but still some things that are relative. I want people to know you come to this channel. There are some things that we're aware of here as far as certain topics, but we just speak on things differently. You got to be progressive with these topics. Let's not talk about the same things. It becomes a broken record. You beating a dead horse after so long, especially out in this scorch of earth. Catch y'all on the next one. Much love to everybody. Much, much, much love.